Ladies and gentlemen, Flow Genius here, Flowers with Flow. I have a very, very special guest, but before I introduce the guest, I want to let you guys know what Flowers with Flow is about. I couldn't find a better person to start this project with than, I'm going to say celebrity. Celebrity, photographer, videographer,
Yeah, man.
freelance videographer is what you say, right?
Yes.
SFL Outlook, thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming,
Thank
for
you for
pulling
having
up
me.
to the Hidden Gem studio. I'm going to start by saying, like, there would be no Flow Genius in the way you see it now if at my very beginning stages I didn't have an SFL.
Wow.
And I'll tell
Appreciate
you
that.
more about that. Like, when I started, I came in with Hollywood Lifestyle, and Hollywood Lifestyle said, I'm gonna get you in the clubs, I'm gonna bring you around. I didn't even know him too well, but he said, yo, I see something in you, whatever. And he brought me to the club for his birthday. It was Amadeus in 2019. Little by little, I started hitting different clubs. And I think I saw Fat Juan was one of the first videographers I saw, but I was just getting my feet wet. I didn't know nothing. In fact, I didn't even know what could be possible with the camera. I was just doing it to do it, right? So because there was always a comparison between you and me, and I don't know what the experience has ever been on your side, but I'll tell you mine. I was always like, what? I'll go even faster. I'll go even hard. I'll go even harder. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? I'll go even harder. And I think at one point I followed you, right? And you might have followed me back because you weren't celebrity SFL yet, but you might have followed me back
What
in
year was this?
2019, 2020,
Before the pandemic.
before the pandemic. Pandemic is when it really started going,
Man,
the
that pandemic
rooftop
changed my
parties in
life.
Brooklyn. And I think you were doing a lot of work with Pereira at the time.
Everybody, man. Pandemic really changed my life.
Yeah,
It opened
same.
my eyes for a lot of things.
Same. So yeah, bro, there was a lot of like comparison, and I'm like, okay, like this is my competition. And that was why I went harder and harder and harder. And then I discovered talking shit online would get more views, and then people would book me because I was talking shit, because people
Yeah.
gravitate to negativity.
It could be a videographer. It could be a DJ. It could
Yeah.
be it could be a bottle girl. You posting negative stuff on social media or like stuff that's not like that I don't want to see. And I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm the greatest. I don't want to see that, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's an easy button, unfollow. I could still be a friend. In
Yeah.
person, I say hi to you. It's all
Yeah.
love. Like I've never been one time where you've been like, yo, SFL, how you doing?
No, you
And
never.
I've been like, yo, like, nah, I'm good. Like, nah, bro, I show love to everybody.
Never.
But when it comes to social media, like stuff like that, like I keep everything positive. And even nowadays, I don't post like everything that I be doing. Like I literally only post my work. I don't post
Yeah.
you follow me right now. You see either I'm working out in the gym, I'm with my family, or just working, or just showing my work. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't post like, oh, I'm with this girl. Like I don't post none of my personal, like any subs, any of this and that. That's completely gone. That's
Yeah,
like
at this point,
completely out
there's
the
no
picture.
time for that.
There's no time, and it's just all about growth. That's not gonna like make you grow. Like that's not gonna make your pockets grow. So that's what I noticed. It don't make
It
anything
doesn't.
grow.
No, back then it draws attention, but not the right
It definitely
attention.
draws attention.
But
It
not the right
definitely-
attention. And I had to learn that the hard way, or not the
Yeah,
hard
me
way.
too. That makes two of us. I used to be on the gram like, yo, people don't want to pay up, this and that. Raise my price. Like, yo, bro, nobody cares if you raise your price.
just
Raise
keep
your price
working.
and just keep working.
Yeah, I did that for a while, and you know that shit. But moral of the story is there wouldn't be a Flow Genius because without an SFL, because I wouldn't have went as hard. I was working a job still when I started camera. I had a good job.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have went as hard, because I wouldn't have had a competition to try to beat.
Yeah, it's always how do you say it? There always has to be a motive, but in a positive way.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody as competition. I see everybody as I see everything as there's always something there's always gonna be somebody better than you.
Yeah.
But I never ever see anybody as competition, or I never serve that purpose. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be the greatest. I'm gonna be better than this guy. I'm better than this guy. Like, no, there's literally money for everybody to make. You know, so in my field, in the position I am right now, I always try to put the people that I see like up and coming in a position to win. You know, like, and it's also gonna benefit me in the long run, just because we're creating a team and having people shoot, having the younger boys shoot. There's a kid now that's 7 years younger than me that I have basically under my wing. He has his own motion and stuff like that, but he also helps me while I help him. You know, I put him in
Yeah.
positions to win. But like I said, this is post pandemic SFL.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-pandemic SFL had his head up his ass. He
Yeah.
was on social media talking smack, and
But that
that's when I also saw yours, and I was like, you know what? I put myself around Camilo. I put myself around these big DJs that's been in the nightlife industry for so long. So then I started realizing I was like, all right, cool. Let me see why people love this guy so much for 30 years. Why is he getting this X amount every single show? Like, why is it we're walking in the building, even the bus boys are saying what's up to
mm-hmm.
them? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, let me start to be a people person. Pre-pandemic SFL would not be here. I would be like, what? Why would I do
Yeah.
a podcast with another video dude that's in the same field or trying to compete with me, talking smack on the gram? Like, I'm like, nah, like
Yeah.
I would never be in this position, you know?
Yeah.
But I started moving a certain way and I saw people starting to hit me up for the way bigger projects. I'm getting like $3,000 jobs, $4,000 jobs. Like I've gotten a $7,000 check moving
Yeah.
this way,
Yeah.
like off of a project that people have seen me work.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm like, all right, if I move pre-pandemic SFL,
The
and
the monthly income ain't the
it's
same.
not even the weekend income. Like
Yeah.
it's just like everybody's not. Isn't honestly, it's really not even about the money at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's just about the relationships you build, seeing the bigger picture, and it's just like, all right, everybody could work together. Like
Yeah.
there's no hate. I'm not looking to my right. I'm not looking to my left. There's no competition. I'm not in competition with you. I'm not competition with the next person that I see. Like I'm just like, all right, I got 3 jobs today. How can I have this guy make some money off it? This guy make some money off it, and me. You know, like
Yeah.
everybody eats at the end of the day. You know, that's
Yeah.
just the way I've been moving lately, and that's why I'm really happy to be in the position I am now.
I feel like you're a leader in this
Thank
industry,
you, bro. Appreciate it.
and a few of us are, right? But I want to talk about you. I feel like you're a leader, and it's important for the creators coming up and the ones that are out there to hear someone like you, myself, Scott, many others uh say don't fucking charge less than this because you're fucking up the game, and you can charge this if you're meeting these requirements, right? And I think
Mhm.
we should elaborate on that later. But I wanna go briefly into like young SFL, young Steven.
Hey, it's
Born
SFL, not Steven.
young
Not
SFL.
a fan of my name.
Oh shit. Oh,
No,
okay.
you're good. You're good. You're good.
Got you.
You're good. You're good. You can leave it. You can leave it. It's funny.
Cut. So fun fact, I didn't know this. Big Bronx energy. I can't cross my hands. He was born in the Bronx and
Yeah.
raised in Queens.
Hmm.
You're Colombian, right?
Nah, I'm from Ecuador. My parents are from Ecuador.
Ecuadorian.
Yeah, I just hang
Oh
around a lot
shit.
of Colombians. People
I
just,
thought you were
they just
Colombian.
assume it. It's all good.
It's Pereira's fault.
It's better.
So, what was it like for you as a child? Like, did you aspire? Like, what were you aspiring?
Man, I come from a middle class family. I used to live in an apartment building on 168 in Grand Concourse. And then my parents made the huge move when I was like 6, 7. We moved to Queens and we all lived in a humongous house. Like I got 2 older brothers and an older sister. So I aspired to just be just like them. Like, honestly, my dad wanted to have me when he was 30. And my brothers are some people don't even notice, but my oldest brother is a DJ. His name is DJ Flo. He works for La Mega. My sister is 9 years older than me, and my other brother is 7 years older than me.
Okay,
So
and
there's
so
a
you
major
so
gap.
you grew up with that in the house.
Basically, yeah, both my parents.
What would you say, coming from both of your parents? Like, what would you say you extracted, if you will, or like, what were some of the characteristics that you took from like each side to make
Man,
the person you are today?
I would say they're not your traditional, ordinary Ecuadorian parents, but with my older brothers, they were. But since there's a major gap, they let me do
Mm.
whatever I wanted. You know, at the end of the day, and
You the spoiled one?
I was basically the spoiled one. I never got mistreated or
Yeah.
like yelled at. Like it was just all right, whatever Steven wants, he gets. Like, and I feel like that brought me up to where I'm at today. Because if I want something, I'm gonna get it. And my brother's been my number one supporter. Like when I first started the videography, bro, I literally created something out of nothing. Like I was getting $150 jobs in the clubs using the Canon 5D Mark II, I believe. There was no
Yeah.
slow motion. And I was like, yo, like I just gotta do it. Like I dropped out of college. I didn't want to go that route. I always hated school. Like,
Yeah.
and literally that I feel like that's the biggest thing that I've how do you say it? Like how you said extracted.
Yeah.
When I was a kid growing up with my parents, I literally could do whatever I wanted. You know, like I was always like a soccer star, and my father loved soccer. Like he was like, yo, like he would take me. I had tournaments in upstate. You know what I'm saying? Here, there, this and that. Whatever I needed. I
Yeah.
needed shoes. I get them. You know what I'm saying? And since I was the youngest, I was the better out of my two older brothers. They probably won't like that I said it, but
Go
it's the
ahead.
truth. Keep
Yeah.
it. It's the truth.
No,
It's
no,
the
I
truth.
know.
You know, that's what it is. Like my brothers went to college, graduated from St. John's, Stony Brook, and my sister graduated from Baruch. So
Okay.
me, I never liked school. I always been like do whatever I want. So that's basically it. That's the main thing.
It's so interesting that if you take even it's probably been like 5, 8 minutes, 5, 10 minutes to get to know someone, you'll find out how many similarities you have to that person. I also dropped out of college. I'm also essentially the black sheep. I'm the only one that didn't graduate college
Hmm.
out of my siblings. And um, yeah, dude, it's just there's something different within us, and we don't. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we're not meant to sit in a box and follow these fucking.
Nah, man. God bless you. You know, if you're okay with working for somebody the rest of your life, you know, it's completely okay because the freelance lifestyle is not for everybody. I'll tell you this because everybody tells me, yo, how you do this? How you make time for your family? How you at almost I wouldn't say every birthday party with my nieces and nephews. There's a crazy schedule behind it, but honestly, like the best thing I could say or explain it is there's no plan B. Let's say this weekend I make $0. Next
Yeah,
weekend, the weekend before, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna make 6,000. Next week, I don't know how much I'm gonna make.
right.
There's no like, all right, there's no paycheck.
No,
That's what I'm trying to
you
get
got to
to.
hustle for it.
You got to get to it. You got
Yeah.
to be available.
Yep.
That's what makes the difference with me. I make it happen.
So that was dope. I think we got a good amount of the childhood. You basically did soccer for a while, and from soccer you went into videography, right?
Yeah, so basically I suffered a really bad injury. I rolled my ankle. Yeah, I rolled my ankle in like 2016. I rolled my ankle. I was like going at it. I was like about to like just be there. I was playing for a second division professional team. And I rolled my ankle. Long story short, doctor said, "Oh, you go with 2 weeks," but that 2 weeks turned into 9 months. I went in through crazy depression. Like that was the worst point of my life. The one thing I was actually working for, I didn't like school. I had no career. I was making money off soccer over here already. I was making
Mm,
really good money off soccer. So I was like, and I was what 17, 18.
yeah.
So I was like, yo, you know what? Like, what am I gonna do now? I was calling people like, all right, like, yo, nobody was picking up my calls. I was like, all right, screw this. Like, and then like even at home, I was like, yo, like I really got nothing going for myself. You look back, it's like, yo, what could I do? Like,
Right.
what do I do now? It's like
So
everything was revolved
how'd
around
you
it.
stumble on the camera?
So funny story, like the year before, I believe I've always liked taking pictures. I've always liked taking like really dope pics. So
Okay.
even at family functions, my brother would be like, "Yo, can you take a pic?" It'd be like, "Yo, why you taking it on an angle? Like, just take a regular picture." And
Hmm.
I'll be like, "Yo, it looks cool like this." My oldest brother would tell me that. So I was like, "All right." The year before that I got hurt, my father had bought me a Nikon Coolpix.
Mm,
And like I told you, since I was young, I'll get whatever I want. At that point, I was already making my money. But I don't know if it was like a birthday present or something. Like, since I was like maybe 15, 16, I never asked my parents for $1. Like, I
yeah.
always figured it out after that. Like, like I bless them now,
Yeah.
if that's the case. But
Amen.
yeah, so the year before, my father bought me a Nikon Coolpix. And I don't know if you remember Ashton Kutcher dropped that line. It was like a huge promo. It was like whatever. I
The
think it was like,
camera?
yeah, the camera. It was
Ashton Kutcher
yeah,
dropped.
Ashton
Oh, I
Kutcher
didn't
had
even
dropped
know
it.
that
So
was a thing.
yeah. So it was like a collab, I think, with Nikon. It was like a really dope camera. No switch lens. It was just a zoom. So I deleted all my pictures on Instagram. This is when Instagram just got hot. I
Mm-hmm.
deleted all my pictures on Instagram, and then I started taking the Tumblr kind of style of photos in the city. I don't know if you remember Tumblr.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
Tumblr
like
had a good
Pinterest
run.
type shit.
Yeah, like Pinterest, but Tumblr had a good run. People just artistic people just post.
It was more for
It was more like the low key, like if you know, you know, and then it got
and you being
popping.
intentional with your shots,
I was
not
being
just
super
regular
intentional.
pictures.
So then off that, I didn't have the equipment to edit, so I would like, I forgot what I would do to get it on my phone, download some apps, and just edit them, just have fun, and I just start posting. I was getting
Yeah,
like 90 likes, like 150.
with no following,
At that point, that was a lot. When Instagram just got popping,
dude.
so
Some people 90 is a lot
yeah, it
now.
was a lot. It was a lot. So then back then, I had that traction. I would take like super dope pics. Maybe if anything, I could share. You could probably put it on the screen. Yeah, I would take cool pics, and then people would DM me like, "Hey, how much do you charge for photo shoots?" And I was like, "What? Like, what do you mean?"
I don't do this for money.
I was like, and me, like I told you since I was
Anything.
little, I put my mind to something, and I'm gonna get it. So I was like, "Yo, $100, 150." I would edit off my phone, off apps off my phone, professional photo shoots that I would take with people that would DM me,
Yeah,
and they would love it. And they would love it. I didn't even have a laptop. Once more people started hitting me up, I was charging like 150, 200 for photos. And then people around me from the soccer world started hitting me like, "Yo, can you come? This and that." I was like, "Yo, I'll do it if there's money involved."
yeah, I'm down.
I started seeing like, "Oh, I'm making 500 today. I'm making 700 within 3 days."
But you was getting money from the beginning.
Yes, but then it was a lot of work though. It was like that's like I'm talking about like 6 photo shoots for that though. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, but even still, like, even if you was making 100 a photo shoot, you was getting booked a
Yeah, I was
lot.
getting booked a lot. So then I saw the traction. But one thing that really got me into the videography was Pereira had, I didn't know Pereira. So he had reached out to his friend called Vicente. And Vicente knew me from the soccer world, and he saw that I was like posting a whole bunch of photos. So he was like, "Yo, there's a DJ that wants a recap video for a club," and he
What
got
year
like a
is
birth.
this?
It was
18,
like 2017,
17, right?
2016, 2017, something
Yeah.
like that. But his birthday is in January, yeah. So he does it in December. So I believe it was like this 2016, yeah,
But like in
around
that
there.
time, 16,
Yeah, around
17.
there. That's still when the Instagram
There
videos was
was,
like this.
yeah, there was,
There was no vertical.
recap wasn't really a thing
It
like
was
that
30
yet.
seconds, I
Yeah,
believe, for Instagram. There
yeah.
was like nobody was doing it that much anymore. Like the clubs, nobody was doing it no more. We caught traction after Pereira. He had hired me, right? And then he loved the video, which took me like maybe like 6, 7 hours to do. Super simple video. It was horrible. I look back at it.
We got to show
It's
that
like
video.
how did you like it? We can show it. I have it on
Oh
my
my
phone.
God.
We can show it.
That's so
I'll
funny.
send it to you right now.
Tengo mi mujer, pero tú eres la para mía. Y no dejo de pensar en ti.
Tú eres la para. Tú eres la la para mía. Tú eres la para. Tú eres la para mía. Tú eres la para mía.
Pereira loved the video.
Okay.
He loved the video. 2 weeks after, he's like, "Yo, bro, can you come with me to LA? I'm gonna do an LA tour." Cause the video, he loved the video. So I was like, "Yo, like, yeah, sure, I got nothing to do. Like, let's do it." He was like, they giving me the hotel. They giving me the hotel, and I could give you like $500. I think he was doing like 4 clubs, something like that. So we're doing a recap for each one. I was like, "All right, bro, like, let's go. That's LA. It's the first time I'm in LA. Like, let's do it." So we traveled to LA. The hotel was like a motel
Oh
with
my
like 2
God.
beds, and I think it was like 4 of us.
Yeah.
So we get there, we're like, "All right, cool, whatever." Like, this is my first time in LA
Trying to
traveling.
make it work.
Traveling for a camera. Like, I'm like, cool, like, let's do it. I'm shooting everything. And then we get back, he drops all the content, and we just keep shooting. Because mind you, he's getting into the bigger clubs. So we just shooting like, he's like, "Yo, I'm at Barcode tonight. Let's go. I'm at La Boom tonight." Mind you, this is regular style stomping
He
grounds
wasn't
now.
there before.
No, he was just.
So
he
you're
was just,
watching him grow. And
no, we're growing together because honestly,
and at the same, that's what I mean. And at the same time, you're growing, but you're getting to witness his growth.
Yeah. So mind you, we're going to these new spots and these bigger clubs and just shooting. Now he's DJing with artists. Now we're shooting, And then the DJs around him are like, "Yo, SFL, can you come tonight? I'm at this spot. This like, I'm like, sure. Like, you got like $250 for me. I'll do it." And now the owners are hitting me up. Now other promoters are DMing me like, "Hey, bro, can we saw this video? Look, can we work?" I'm like, "All right, cool. You got 300 for me?
Right.
Let's do it." Like, it just gotta
Right.
be. It just gotta make sense.
How did you gain the confidence to increase your pricing?
To this day, I still like debate or go back and forth with clients, but it's just a matter of if they want to invest. You know, like if you know you have the quality and you know that your time costs, everybody's time costs money. You know, like it's not like you're just going there for 20 minutes and then you go home and you edit in 5 minutes and here, boom, you have the video. Like it just comes out. Nah, like people that don't know, like videos take like 3-4 hours to edit. My videos.
A good video.
Yeah,
A good video.
video. Good, like, good intro, good text, like good color grading. You know, and bro, like a lot of people be like, "Yo, you just shooting a club." I'm like, "Nah, bro, like my name is attached to it. I don't care if I'm charging $3,000 or I'm charging 600-700 for a club. You're gonna get the right color grading. You're gonna get the right audio. You're gonna get it. You're not just getting one song. You're getting whatever the vibe was. I'm gonna show whoever's watching it, like, oh man, I want to go to that party, and this is the reason why you're hiring me. You know, like I'm not just giving you whatever at this point. You know, so back then, I'm like, all right, cool. Like now I'm mixing two songs together. Now I'm doing this. Now I'm doing that. Like now is on a Friday night. Do I want to still work with this guy that's only giving me $200, or did this guy say he wants to give me 500? And the demand is just what it is. You know, the demand really brings your value up. I'll
Right.
tell you that much. And you just got to put the hours in, you know, like you can't be somebody that's in the local bar every Friday night and then somebody randomly DMs you and you're like, "Yo, I want $1,000." When you charge the guy $200, you got to have something to back it up. Like people pay me because they see like, oh man, he shot in Hawaii. Oh man, he shot a video in Aruba. He shot he's been to Ibiza like for work. He's done this, done that. He went to Mykonos to shoot 50 Cent French Montana.
Crazy video.
Do you know
Crazy
what I'm saying?
video. I'm not gonna front. When that one came out, it burned. It burned. I'm gonna be straight up. It burned, and it burned because of how fire the video was.
Again, believe in us. God did.
Damn, I wish I could have done that. And it was like 50, like the who's in fucking Greece.
And they were the ones that actually gave an opportunity for that. And everything was paid for, and I got paid on top of that, you know? So everybody, you got to work with people that respect your time. Listen, I'll tell you this much. You doing stuff for $100, $200 free, just for promo, there's no going back from it. I've seen it. There's no going back. Like, hey man, can I get $500 now? The client's always gonna get used to getting free stuff. And like, you can see it. You can see the lifestyle. Like, bro, like this Rolex didn't buy itself. These diamonds didn't put themselves on it. Like,
you can't see his whole outfit, but you will in the pictures. But Rolex, you said Rolex?
Yeah, I just got this baby, man, a month ago.
It's
my first one.
Congrats, it's beautiful. What color is the face?
It's a Wimbledon.
Is that green? Yo, that's crazy.
Two-tone Wimbledon, you already know.
If
you know, you know.
No, it's crazy. It's a day. I love it. They just. I remember telling Nate, I'm like, yo, I want this one. I'm not crazy. It's just $8,000 a green face. I don't know if that's green. I can't see it from here, but nothing crazy.
I wish I paid $8,000.
No. What I was gonna ask you about that was, did that concept of you branding yourself like that? Because I know Spin Keen brands himself in that way too, and I remember he talked about it in an interview where it's like, I don't care about all this shit, but I know it's important for my image. Did that inspire this, or prior to that, was it always a thing?
Prior to that, I always had a sense of style.
Okay.
You know, as I was younger, when I was younger, my oldest brother, he always used to treat me to like, nah. And it's funny because my mother actually brought this up like maybe like a month ago. She was like, yo, she looked at the price tags of a couple of my things, and she was like, wow. She was like, it's crazy because your older brother always wanted what's best out there for you. they would always buy me the newest Jordans. My brother had me dripped up, good hat, good fitted. You know,
So it
my
was,
father and my parents knew about it, but
yeah,
they don't. My parents don't care about Louis Vuitton. They don't
yeah,
care about Gucci. They don't care about Off-White. Like, you know, like they don't care about none of that. They don't.
yeah,
Because you have no knowledge about it. You can't care about something if you have no knowledge about it.
yeah,
So when I was younger, like my brother used to get me Timberlands, like all like I was always very stylish, you know, and it suited me. Like I'm not faking this. Like,
yeah.
this is
No, this is you. This is
what
your
yeah,
swag.
this is when you see me in the club working. Like I'm like
100%.
this. I'm not faking it just for the podcast or just I'm true to myself. This is what I like. You know, like all of these, I feel like they're trophies to me. You know, they're trophies. Like, all right, cool, you got this. Like, you worked hard for this. Like,
Yeah.
you slept 2 hours last night. Go out and you deserve this. You know, like just do it. You know, and I always like stuff like the hip hop culture and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be
It's
like
a-
going crazy and stuff like that, but I just always liked it.
It's a part of your brand, and
Mhm.
so to that gem, it's like, yeah, stay true to yourself. Because my style, to be honest, is plain shirt. Like, this is me.
And I've met billionaires that
Yeah,
don't even like jewelry. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's cool.
right,
It's cool.
and-
Everybody just stays true to themselves. You put in the work and you're gonna get rewarded. You
Yeah.
know, you're gonna get the high demand. You're gonna get like, oh man, it's Halloween. Can you work with me for the regular price? No, bro. I need $1,000 because the next person is gonna pay that.
So if you are an upcoming creator, yes, you can start low.
You
or
could
whatever.
definitely start low. I got
just-
$150 by Pereira to shoot Capelli's on
Right.
her birthday.
Right, like,
it is what it is.
I don't want creator, and I don't think you said that, but I just want to clarify. I don't want creators to think that like, oh, I have to charge a lot. I got to start high. No,
Mhm.
you can start. You got to start where you're at, and you got to
Mhm.
be real with yourself as a creator.
gotta be real with
where you are. I guess we could get into that topic real
Yeah.
quick of like someone that is seeing a bunch of content creators. I'm about to buy a camera. I'll buy a good camera. I'm willing to invest. What should I charge?
I mean, in my opinion, I wouldn't even buy a camera with the thought of what I would charge. I would buy a camera if I see a vision. And if I'm gonna believe in myself more than the client actually believes in yourself. That's the reason why I started. I saw something and I just kept going and going and going to this day. And I never have the thought of like, all right, I need to make $1,000 today. I need to make 500. I need to make money. Like, I don't think of money. I just think of what I'm gonna do to make that money. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't buy a camera like, oh man, SFL's doing this, SFL's doing that. I'm gonna go buy a camera just so I can make the same amount of money as he is. You can't see it like that. I have photographer friends that want to get into video, and I tell them, they're like, yo, can you teach me video? I'm like, yo, I can't teach you video. I taught myself. I went on YouTube. I didn't know how to use a camera. I didn't know how to do these video settings. I taught myself, and I saw that I'm good at it. Other videographers that work for big corporations, they probably look at them like, why are they doing so much club videos? It's because it works. It works for the promoters. It works for the owners. You just got to be good at what you're good at.
Ladies and gentlemen, really quick, I'm drinking, you already know, the SFL Outlook water. And I just want you to know, I don't know if it's reverse osmosis or what, but this water is hitting different. Get yourself some SFL Outlook water. How do you balance the creativity with making time for the family and obviously friends? I don't know if you're in a relationship, but the relationship, because that's usually the one that takes
Single.
the Ladies and gentlemen, the market, he's open to the market.
Yeah, man. And it's gonna be like that for a little while, just because I'm locked in.
Tunnel vision.
I see a lot of people in relationships, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta ask my girl. Yo, bro, come on. Like, we got one life. Why are you? If that's what makes you happy, but I see a lot of relationships, a lot of people not happy,
Yeah.
and they just moving like they single. My guy friends, my girlfriends that I see, like,
Yeah.
yo, I gotta do this. I can't do that. I can't, bro. What are you doing?
Do you think that discourages you?
It doesn't discourage me. It just, I have no interest in it right now. I was in a relationship 2022. Remember I told you I
Okay.
was going through it. But it just doesn't interest me. Like, there's so much out there that I want to do and want to accomplish. I feel like a relationship would get in the way. It's too much of a commitment just because of the fact that you have to be there for a whole nother person, a whole nother being. Like, you have to make time for them. You have to,
Yeah, that's true.
like, babe, I'm gonna go pick you up. Babe, they just called me to work. I can't go to dinner tonight. Like, I want to own a Lamborghini. I want to
Yeah.
own a mansion. I want, like, is if I lock in for a year or two, I've seen my pockets grow very wealthy.
You can do it.
And I see that I can do it. And people gonna look back and like, oh man, he did it off just shooting clubs. No, being known as shooting clubs, because I shoot other stuff.
You do.
I shoot other stuff. I shoot big projects, but I'm just known as the nightlife guy and the guy in the clubs, and all those coins add up, man. Like,
Are you?
I don't got time for that. I don't got time for none of that right now.
Are you okay? Are you okay with that? Like being known as nightlife?
I'm completely cool with it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. It's nothing bad. It's, bro, DJ Camilo been doing this for years. Pereira, the Spin King, like, they get paid well. They do 2-3 clubs one night. Brother. So all that adds up. It don't matter where you getting the money from. It don't matter where you getting booked
You
from.
know, at this point, I don't want to be associated with the nightlife anymore.
Nah, it's cool. I've reached the point where I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that no more.
Yeah, and because for me, it was like more on the branding side. Like, I'm like, damn, I want to get the corporate work and stuff like that. And I could have taken the route. Someone told me recently, yeah, but you can still do the work and just not post it.
Don't get me wrong. I still land them corporate jobs. I just did a job with Lululemon.
Yeah.
With my brother. Yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, with one of my boys.
Yeah, bro.
We did,
And
like-
I know a lot of people in the nightlife, so this is no shade, but it can get like when you go in there and you sober, it's like you see it's a toxic environment, bro.
It is though. I think I'm single. I go in and out. I go in by myself. I leave by myself.
Yeah. Obviously you've worked with many different artists, celebrities. The one that stood out to me the most, and so you'll see the transition as the time goes by. This was probably also around the time with Grease. I told you it burned, but it was a great video. But it was a great video. And if I saw a video that you did and it was great, it was great. I never like, it's not. No, it was great. A lot of your videos were great.
Thank you, bro.
When I saw some type of like real him conversing with you, directing, I want you to talk to me about that and what that moment felt like for you.
You know what it is? A lot of people, they get the wrong image. I don't work directly with the artists. Every time that I do get booked is either the promoter, right there, that video you saw, I was working for Julon. So the owner, they had a drop for the Branson promo and stuff like that. They wanted to do a video with him. So you see where you see him talking to me, he's just giving me pointers just because it's so private and intimate.
Yeah.
For moments like that, you got to be ready. You know, you got to be like, all right. He was telling me what kind of shots to do just because he had an idea. And a person like 50, you're not going to ignore him.
That's what I mean. Like, what was that? You in that moment put me there.
Yeah.
Like, you're not in your head like, holy shit, I'm getting directed by 50 Cent.
That was major. And then all that footage was super, it wasn't even planned. Like, oh, can you record this for me? It was... So they have somebody running their socials. So she's over here recording. I didn't even notice. I'm just in the moment because if somebody like 50 is such successful in the how you say in the film area,
in the film industry, he starts directing you. You just listen. You're like, all right, cool. I'm gonna start using these pointers, start doing this, start doing that, and then all that footage was caught by mistake. You know, so. That's where people are misled. They're like, yo, you working directly with him. No, I was working for Julon. The times that you see me posting 50 and stuff, the Mykonos, I did have about 3 intimate dinners with him and the team just because of my direct relationship with Star, Spin King's brother. And I'm just really, I have good relationships with people. You know, they're like, all right, cool. He's not going to do nothing weird. He's not going to be like, once you're in,
he's out of the way. Every time I shoot, I barely say hi to 50 Cent. You know, if there's a moment, if it's really intimate, I'm like, how you doing? Like, that's it. Like, I just get my shots and stay out the way. Like, that's the best way to do it. Once you start being weird, they're not even gonna let you into the room no more.
Yeah, you don't get back in.
No,
the minute you pull out your phone, you're not coming back in.
To this day, I never asked an artist for a picture.
Yeah,
I'd rather take pictures with my friends. Actually, no.
I remember a comment he said about that burned too.
What?
That burned too. You said something about that. You just triggered a memory. You know what? Let's stop the interview right now. Let's stop. You triggered a memory. You said something like, what was it? Niggas going out getting pictures of celebrities, some shit like that. And I was like, yo, he's throwing shots at me.
It probably wasn't even directed.
No, it
towards you.
wasn't,
just,
bro. SFL ain't worried about flow.
I'm worried about the 10 videos I gotta hit them by tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about none of that.
How do you approach storytelling in your videos? In your, like, what's your mindset when you go in the club?
You know what it is? One, in the club, you don't know what's gonna happen. You really don't know. You improvise, and
But you got the main shots that you know.
You know. Like if there's an artist, you got to catch them on the mic. You got to catch their hits. You don't have to, catch them while they're singing featured songs and stuff like that. Just the hits, some crowd shots. It depends what club you're at, and it also depends what you got to know the client. You got to know the promoter you're working with, the owner, what they expect. If they want their headaches, they don't want ugly looking people, and obviously, like, no offense, but they want the clean look, like you got to know what the client wants. And one thing that I've been told, that actually Pacino is one of my really big clients. He actually
barber.
He actually told me, he said, yo,
shout out Pacino.
Yeah, big shout out to Pacino. He changed my vision, man. He told me one day, he was like, yo, you just get it. He's like, working with you is different. You just get it. Like, you get what we want to deliver. And that's what really opened my eyes, because it's really no like script to it. People tell me like, yo, can you teach me how to shoot? Can you teach me how to do this? I'm like,
you either have it or you don't.
Yeah, like you either have, there's ways around it, but I'm just going to sound like the other 1,000 people that's giving out classes, and
you could teach
telling you the same thing.
You could teach someone, SFL, how to set up a camera on tripod and press record.
Yeah,
cool.
That's cool.
You can't teach them to see what you see when you walk in a room.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that's just innate to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can agree, when we go into shoots, it's very second nature. It feels right. Oh, I need to get that. Oh, I see something there that is just, this detail is important to me to get in the video. It's not really much like I'm thinking hard for. It's just there. You capturing.
It comes naturally. You've been doing it for so long, it comes naturally. Like there's events where you really don't barely record for like 30 minutes, and I already have my stuff. Just 'cause I've been doing it for so long. I know. I'm like, all right, I'm done already. People ask me like, how do you know that when you have enough clips or enough footage? You just know. Like, at this point, you just know. Like, all right, cool. You know how you're gonna start the video. You know what's gonna be the main point. You have an idea what song genre you're gonna use, and then you just put it together.
Obviously, this doesn't mean whoever you don't mention hasn't been good to you, but can you give flowers to maybe 3, let's go 3 DJs, 3 promoters, and 3 creatives?
One person that really comes to my head when you say DJs to give the flowers, I'll say DJ Camilo, just because he's such a good role model, man. Like he doesn't move sloppy. He doesn't. He's very on point, real professional. Like he's very successful in the restaurant business. Shout out blend, all the blends, there's so much stuff behind that man that you don't even know. Like, that people wouldn't even know. So he got his family. He has his family's taken care of. He's just such a people person. I appreciate Spin King for putting me in positions, and they all pay me, man. Like they all pay me. Like people offer them like, yo, I want to do it. I want to do it for you. Can I do it for you? And they tell me who's hitting them up. They tell me, yeah, and I don't mind it, because at the end of the day, if somebody's gonna do something for you for free, they're not gonna do it as well as somebody that's paying.
Yeah, it's not the same.
That's like receiving like some free sneakers that cost $5,000. Like you're not gonna praise them and be like, all right, these can't get dirty. As much as you paying for them, like. You're not gonna. It's not gonna be the same value. It's not gonna be the same value.
It's different. Camilo.
Yeah, Camilo.
I don't know if Spin King. Also
Spin King. For sure. That's the family. Like we just did Powerhouse. It's been 3 years we've been doing Powerhouse. Yeah, even I'm getting tired of getting the call, but he's just, it's something about that family is just real loyal. They're real loyal. Spin. I would say Pereira. Big. That's my brother. Yeah, that's my brother. That's like for life. Anything he needs, and he knows anything I need. Like we're there for each other. Just because of the simple fact that we just came up with each other, man. Like you said, we
from the bottom.
Yeah, from the bottom.
And I think it's dope. You guys got to witness each other's growths. Like I can only imagine that when he sees you doing some next level shit, it's like, my nigga SFL. I'm
Yeah,
proud of
it was
him.
like
And
that.
you,
It's
same
like
thing with
that.
him when he hits another major milestone. It's like,
Yeah, we
yo,
mess with each other. We mess with each other, social media and stuff. Like,
yeah,
I really like, I can't hang out a full day with him just because we like bump heads. We're like, yo, what are you doing? You're just doing so much. You're doing too much. You know,
yeah,
that's me. Just because I'm more of a calm vibe. You know.
yeah.
But
And he's
yeah,
like,
he's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like, oh, he's
yeah,
just
yeah,
on
yeah,
1,000 all the time. Like,
yeah.
can we just relax? Can we just
That's
chill?
funny.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my brother, man.
I like what you said about the what can I take, what little thing or whatever, because you're right. And as I watch Camilo, I'm like, yo, that's how I want to be. The way he engages with his family, the way he keeps them involved, the way he makes them important, like the way he keeps that glue on that family. That was the one thing that I'm like, yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah, and then that opened my eyes too. You know, like pre-pandemic, I would barely make time for my family. Like I was missing birthdays left and right, not
Hmm.
being at Thanksgiving, not being like, yo, man, we don't have our parents for that long. You
Yeah,
know, we don't have
yeah.
our siblings for that long. You know, we get
No
one
one.
life.
We
We
don't.
just gotta.
We're not guaranteed
Yeah, we're
anyone.
not guaranteed, man. And like a lot of things have like opened my eyes. You know, like people passing suddenly, like. This is a lot to take, you know. So everybody's working. You gotta make time for everything, man. Even if you miss out on a couple of dollars, man, you gotta make time for yourself, your family, and just your well being. You know, just positive thoughts. You know,
Word. Promoters.
you know what it is? A lot of promoters. I don't want to shorthand. I don't want to
Yeah.
give nobody the shorthand.
Oh, a lot of them showed you love.
They all to this day they show me love. Like there's so many promoters that I give the flowers to. I would say the whole promoters and all nightlife. Like yeah, Sketchy helps me out. We help out each other, you know. And like I said, they all pay me. They all get free offers.
3 creators. This one should be
3 creators that I
Yeah,
want to
3
give my
creators.
flowers to. So you know one person that actually really helped me a lot, and you mentioned him earlier, Miway Films. Really
Yeah.
good dude, a really good dude. That I would hit up for advice. I would always DM him, always replied. You know, like even before I met him in person, super dope. You know, I would definitely give him his flowers. To this day, we
He's
hit up each other.
amazing.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
I don't know
like
him
I said,
personally, but I've seen his work.
everybody has their own style. You want that clean Miway look, go that way. You know, like. I give him his flowers, you know. Every podcast I'm on, they ask me
Yeah.
the same thing. Always give him his flowers, just because he was. For example, you said that there would be no Flow Genius without SFL. When I was getting better at what I was doing, I was seeing who was getting booked, who was in motion, and he was really big.
Yeah.
In the nightlife, you know, he was really big in the New York nightlife, just because he was Alex Sensation, and that's when the videos were still this way.
Yeah.
you know.
Horizontal.
So that's somebody I really look up to. And I definitely want to give him the flowers. Current to this day, my brother Scott Media, just because we've been up and down together, you know.
Scotty.
And yo, he tells me too. He looked up to my videos. He tells me.
Yeah.
That. Yeah, he tells me that. And
Yeah,
I
bro.
saw him as he was getting better and better. He started working with Pereira too, and I was like, oh, this kid's getting better. You know, like you gotta respect hustle. You gotta go
Yeah.
through it. You know, you can't just think you're gonna be like, all right, cool. Like I'm out. Like I'm doing good videos. That's it. Like. Nah, bro, you gotta really put in the man hours and
Yeah.
get to
There's
where
no
you want to be
cheating.
at.
There's no cheating it.
Yeah. And right now, I would say,
That's
I
good. The first 2 are dope. I love
yeah,
that.
I would say the kid I was telling you about, Stacks Visuals.
Oh, Stacks?
Yeah, Stacks Visuals.
Stacks Vision?
It-
Damn, I thought he was like established already.
He is established. He is
Oh,
established.
but you just
has
giving
his
him
own
pointers.
motion.
Oh yeah, you
He
did say that.
has his
You
own
said he has
motion.
his own motion.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying I got him
Right.
completely
You
under
did
my
say
wing.
that.
He got his own motion. There's little pointers here and there that I also help him out with, you know. And people when he just started with a couple promoters, they were telling him like, "Yo, your videos are looking like SFL," and people would tell me like, they would send him on some hater shit. They would tell me like, "Yo, look at this kid trying to be like you." I'm like, "That's cool. What do you want me to do? It's a blueprint.
Yeah,
There's a
so
blueprint out there. So why not follow it?
So
if you
that's
could do
it-
something similar, you know."
that's interesting you bring that up because one of the toughest things to do on video is put words where you can really understand them as everything's moving, right? And you came out, I'm not saying you invented it, but I feel like you established yellow font, certain type of way.
That's funny. Star actually used to call me Yellow Tape.
Oh, Yellow
Tape
Tape.
brother. Because I
Yeah.
started doing that every video. Then I wouldn't say everybody followed.
No, a
I
lot
don't
of
want to mistake
creators
it.
did. A lot
Yeah,
of creators did.
A lot of
It's no
nightlife creators.
shade,
Because that's been
yeah.
around for years. That's
It's-
been around
right.
YouTube.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but nightlife,
Nightlife,
nightclubs,
I wasn't.
the
I didn't
recaps.
see it. I didn't
Yeah.
see it until you did it, And then I saw other people try it, and I'm like, okay, there's a reason people try it.
Yeah,
There's
'cause it
nothing wrong
works.
with it. It works, it pops, it's a color that stands out. And yellow, I think, has like vibrant energy, fun.
I took it off Netflix, off YouTube. You put subtitles, it comes out yellow. It's not coming out white.
Good artists
That's it.
borrow, great artists steal, some shit like that. So
That's it.
So yeah, that was something you did, and there's nothing wrong with seeing something that a creator does and implementing that into your thing.
Making it your own style.
But if you are taking multiple elements from a creator and I saw that at one point, and again, there's no shade, I'm not bringing anyone up, but like, I don't know who created it, but I remember the double exposure thing in videos. I remember seeing it, you coming out with it. Then I remember seeing it happen multiple different places, but I knew it came from you. Again, I wouldn't say you invented these things, more like making something a style that people recognize in nightlife.
You know what it is? A trend is always based off somebody's idea.
Yeah.
That somebody else just took it and they made it well known.
That's it.
It's been around.
That's
you don't
it.
think I didn't come up with these? I see them. I'm like, I want to recreate
But
that.
no one was really using it at that
nobody
level.
was taking it their time to do them crazy effects.
It's true, bro.
There's nothing new. It's there. It's just who made it pop.
Right,
You know,
and
made it
who's
pop.
willing to add it? Who's daring to add it?
Yeah, who's
willing to try to do this? Could this work? Will people like this?
And
Is
who has the pull to like actually do it?
To
you know?
make it look-
to make it look good.
Yeah, to make it look good. And you did that with a few different things. What would you say are your top 3 favorite recaps that you've done?
Yo, this is hard. You know what's crazy? Actually,
And we're gonna show these, like a little snippet of each.
Man, this
Oh.
is crazy. That's
can't show
no, we can
Oh,
show
okay,
them.
okay.
We can show them, but I just
Okay.
have to come up with them. Obviously, the Mykonos experience has to be down there. The Mykonos experience has to be down there. It was that video took me like 3 days going back and forth.
What
with
was
that.
Greece like?
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. That was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have to say the Mykonos for sure. After that, shout out Pizza Zoo. I've shot about 5 different
That's
events.
Tim Chilla?
Yeah. Tim
Shout out
Chilla.
Tim
Shout out
Chilla.
Tim, Nico, the whole family. They're amazing. Their hospitality is great. Like Alpha and Psycho Films, he used to shoot for them every time, but he just got tired of it. It was like, and I understand it. You get where you're at.
Well, you do it enough times, it's like, okay, I want something new. There's nothing wrong with that.
Even me, like some venues, I get tired of shooting, but you just gotta do it. You know, like I said, there's no plan B.
Damn, I can't find it. You might inspire me to come back. I can't find.
You could do it, man.
Bro,
You
I
could do
can't.
it. I've taken breaks, came back.
You know what? I think, and I'll be honest, because I'm very transparent. I've never charged the prices you're charging in the nightlife. Not because I couldn't, I just never went up there. For example, the last time I upped my price, when I went from 300 to 400, I reached out to Nay, I reached out to Miguel, and I was like, this was like maybe July, whatever summer it was, but July, August. I said, hey, moving forward, starting September, I'm gonna start charging this much. And believe it or not, shout out Miguel Plaza. Miguel Plaza just started paying it right away, 400. But yeah, that's the way you can do it. It's just kind of, if it's a client you're working with consistently, then just kind of give them a heads up, and because it makes sense. Like you said, you're putting in your time, and it's just inflation is inflation, and bills got to get paid. And some of us got families. A lot of creators I know have families. If you got to up your price, but give people time so it doesn't just feel like you're doing the work and saying, oh, now you got to give me this much.
Yeah.
No,
sure.
give people time. Give them the option. If they can afford you, great. And if they can't, most of the time, if people had already a good relationship with you and love your work, they're going to say, no problem, I'll pay it. Because as an entrepreneur, they're going to figure out where they can move the pieces to make it work for you.
100%.
So-
That definitely makes sense. And you know what's crazy? You said like you gave him a month in advance, right?
Yeah.
I never took a residency. That's been a blessing. Like it's just been going. It's just like I told you before. It's just been going. You know.
You've always just been different spots. Yeah. You know what? He's gonna make me go back, bro. He's gonna make me go back.
Man, do it, man.
No,
Yeah,
no. You know
I need
why?
some shooters, man. I need
No,
some
no. You
people
know
out
why? You're so funny. You know why? Because I was always going to the same spots. I've been a person that stays in my comfort zone. And so if I see that something's good and I like the energy, bro, I'm cool. Even if there's more money over there, I'm cool here because I already know what I'm dealing with here.
Yeah.
So I was always in playoffs. and I was always in República, and I did Opus a few times, but I'm working with Ney Miguel, and just doing their spots, and there is no variety there.
There's no variety, man. There's no
So
variety. Look, like
whereas
right now,
you may
after
be
this,
doing La Boom, Barcode, Lobby, this, that,
yeah,
all the other shoots in between, you're getting. For me, when it gets repetitive, it reminds me of when I was working a job.
yeah, I can't do. And sometimes, honestly, like I deny it. I tell them like, yo, I can't go in tonight. You expect me to go in tonight? I can't.
Yeah.
Like it hit me last minute. Like, yo, you coming? I'm like, no, bro. Like,
Oh,
I was just
don't.
there last week. The week before that, I can't. How many times am I going to get like the same?
And that's the
Unless they
point.
have separate artists. There's like a big birthday. That's when it gets like, all right, cool. Like now. Like recently, I've been at Morocco almost every Friday.
Yeah.
But they had
But Nate's
Travis
bringing
Scott,
different people.
they had Future. They had, like last week they had Young Chimmy.
Yeah.
Like is really relevant. But then again, Fridays you don't got no other spot to go to.
Right.
Really, like shout out that team. That team is big, man.
No,
That
they
team-
killing
they
it. That's
killing.
Sketchy and Casanova.
Yeah, Sketchy, Casanova.
Yeah.
And they have they have a big team, man.
100%. 100%. And
It gets more fun like that. Look, for example, right now, I have to go shoot BTS of a girl trying to do a Halloween theme with a snake around the neck. That's
Yeah.
a video, that on Tuesday I shot Bernice, her new brand. Like there's a lot of stuff in between
yeah.
that makes it fun. I was like, all right, cool, let's reset. I'll be back at the club, So you just got to find an outlet. And then once you do, you just got to keep going with it.
Have you ever experienced, I know you said you've been busy, but have you ever experienced a slow season or a slow moment or even a moment where you felt like, hold up, this is not going to work?
Bro.
No, I know. And if you haven't, it's
It's
okay.
been a blessing. It's been a blessing. Any downtime that I could see, if I could see 4 or 5 days without touching the camera, I'm like this.
Okay.
Like it's been a blessing. It's been a real big blessing for the past 6, 7 years almost. It's just going and going. I look at when I have to do 8 to 10 videos and I'm like, I'd rather be busy than like it keeps me out of the loop, but in the loop at the same time. Because I'm in the loop getting paid and I'm out the loop getting work done. I barely step outside anymore because I'm either editing or just getting my rest, trying to get up early, going for a run, getting a good workout in. It's just a new schedule. And trust me, I'm falling in love with the new me. There's no better version, I would say, than the me right now.
Do you read books? Do you
love
meditate?
reading. I meditate. I take time and just close my eyes and just shut down, man. Because at the end of the day, your phone dies. You have to charge it. Your car has a battery. The battery dies. You have to get a new one. Like you turn your car off. You turn your phone off. Everything needs a rest. You got to treat your body like that. It's your temple. There's many ways around it, but you just have to do it, man. If you're gonna need 5 minutes for yourself, 5 minutes, shut everything down and just take a breather.
Talk to the creators. If you haven't started yet, this is not for you. If you started already and you're in and you're trying to figure it out, 3 words of advice.
3 words of
gems.
advice for somebody that's in the game and trying to be better. I would say invest in yourself. Save your money and invest in yourself. Don't go out spending money. Don't pull up to that girl's bar because trust me, you're gonna get nothing out of it. Invest in yourself, man. Invest either if it's in your image, if it's in your gear, if it's however you want to invest in yourself, man. Second, I would say drop the ego. There's no ego in this game. There's no feelings. There's no emotion. There's nothing. Nobody cares if you're sick. You had to get the work done. Yep. Nobody cares how many big stages you've touched. You still have to communicate with the client and charge them whatever you feel is reasonable. You can't step out of your comfort zone. If you're good at something, be the best at what you're doing, And number 3, I would say just believe in yourself, man. It's gonna work. Just believe in yourself. It's gonna work. Don't it doesn't matter what this person's saying because they're not in the position you're in. Just believe in yourself. That's what I would say.
There's something more that comes with this, and I'm gonna have to meet with you separately. My plan with Flowers with Flow is to give some type of like a plaque. This is a part where I want to say not only thank you for coming, but I respect your hustle, your work. I love your work.
Thank you, bro.
Your brand, everything that you've shared with me, has opened up even more what I could have ever known about you from being around you and stuff.
Yeah, and that's why that's the main reason why I agreed to be on this. Just because
Yeah.
there's many people that approach me to do a podcast. Just because I don't share much on social
Yeah.
media. You see the highlights. You see me, 50 Cent directing me, but you don't know me.
Yeah.
You don't have just me on a podcast. I recently did one with Frank, and you saw. I'm pretty sure you saw that. So
I saw pieces of it. Yeah.
It's other people featured, but this is the first one that is just me.
Yeah, man. I really want to give you your flowers.
Thank you.
If I didn't say it already, I admire you. Everything you've done, not only for yourself but for creators, because you have opened the door for many, and you've inspired and motivated many. So I definitely want to say that not only to you, but for the people to see it, hear it, understand that you're right. There is no competition. And ultimately, you learn in the long run that the only competition is within you. If there's any, it's within you. It's beating that ego, is beating those voices in your head that tell you that you're not good enough and things like that. So just thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you, and nothing but love and success for you. What's next for SFL?
Man, what's next? Got a lot of things in store, man. We just building a future where I don't really have to touch a camera or computer no more. We just leave it at that.
I love that.
You know,
For me, it was Flow Genius, Genius Exposure Media. I want to see what SFL Outlook, what's that? No, I know. I'll be patient. Oh no, I'm in no rush because one thing we know is that good things take time, great things take even longer time, and it's not about the destination; it's about the journey.
Enjoy the journey. I got a tattoo right here.
Oh
My
shit!
favorite tattoo.
I gotta shout out Jimmy Rodriguez. That's his quote. I'm just tú me entiendes?
Close up.
No, yeah, Jimmy
Enjoy the
Rodriguez
journey,
taught me
man.
that one. But thank you so much, bro.
Yo,
I mean,
thank you for having me.
I mean it for real.
Good.
You guys already know. Tell the people. I mean, they already know, but tell them where they could find you.
At SFL.Outlook on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, everything. The whole 9 yards.